Hey, good day to you guys. How's it going? I hope you had an absolutely wonderful evening. Interesting development over on the D&D Beyond Twitter, which is apparently how Wizards of the Coast is now communicating with people. D&D Beyond has broken the silence, and they've actually started a thread about some of their features, for lack of a better term, in the so-called Open Gaming License 1.2, and their quote-unquote playtest of it started today. Now, I just want to pause there for a second. There's no game being playtested here, okay? There's not. They're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks, and hoping that people won't complain too much about the things that they're going to be pushing through, which if you've looked at the OGL 1.2, you might be seeing some stuff in there you don't like, particularly as it pertains to so-called content and, of course, virtual tabletops. But they've got a thread. You guys are reacting. Let's take a look at it. And I think this is newsworthy because, of course, they have broken their silence after getting lambasted by you guys, and it's from all corners, okay? It's not just people who are on D&D Beyond. It's not just people who are on, the OSR side of the house. It's everybody, okay? We've been united in this front. It's all the way from, like I said, guys who play original D&D and like to see new content for that and create new content for it, all the way up to people who are excited about playtesting 6th, and everyone in between. But to be clear, to be 100% clear, this is not a rules test they're talking about. They're using playtest like some cutesy term, like they can sell you on the idea that, hey, it's fun, it's just like a game, we can playtest this together. They're just throwing stuff at the wall. They're just throwing ideas at the wall to see what sticks. So we're going to take a look at that. But real quick before we do, if you're just stopping by for the first time, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I do all kinds of classic RPG tabletop content. I don't just report on Wizards missteps. So if you want to see that, if you want to see more of this, however you like it, please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, and leave a comment down below and tell me what you think about this or any other videos I do. So let's go ahead and get to it and take a look at what's going on in the Great Beyond. Hey everyone, we've seen some questions coming up today about our OGL 1.2 article and wanted to provide some clarity. Watch this thread for more facts on the OGL 1.2 playtest. Stop calling it a playtest. It's not a playtest. There's nothing to play. All right. So we have this one here. The Creative Commons license we refer to in our article can be found here, and so you can follow it there. And by the way, I will be linking this Twitter thread in case you are on Twitter but you're not aware of this. I know some of you guys aren't on Twitter, which is why I'm bringing you the straight dope from Twitter. If you have an OGL 1.0a project in development, continuing developing under OGL 1.0a as we get feedback on OGL 1.2, we hope you'll see that publishing under OGL 1.2 will be suitable for your TTRPG product, hopefully better. If you think it's not, we want to know in the survey. Note they say in the survey, not here, but I want you to put it there. Okay, let's look at, because this pertains very much to me and products and projects I'm working on. So what is going on with that? Let's see what the audience reaction is. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Let's see what the audience reaction is. We are actively looking at adding previous edition content to both the CC and OGL 1.2. We wanted to get this into your hands for feedback ASAP and focused on 5.1, but look for more content to be included throughout these discussions. Basically what they're saying there is we're trying to do an end run on that noisy thin wedge of fans in the OSR. We want to take it away from Osric, away from Old School Essentials, away from Swords and Wizardry, and bring that back under our purview. Oh, we are calling this a playtest draft because it's a known term in the D&D community. There's great feedback on our VTT policy, and we welcome more of it. There is still more work to do, but to be clear, we love VTTs and do not want to shut them down. I think we missed our link here, so let's see. Yeah, there we go. Where are the responses to this? Are they okay? Here we go. So Wizard of the World Serpent says this might have actually earned some good faith. Can you clarify whether 1.0a content will remain open content under 1.2, i.e. I could go take some open content from Pathfinder and use it via OGL 1.2. What I have read suggests that wouldn't be the case. Rob, Koska there, you speak my heart. I feel like you already have a perfectly good OGL that covers previous editions. Azoth Games here writes, as a small publisher, to me this seems like a hollow gesture. Much of the content that I and many publishers like me produce is based on expanding upon content released by others via OGL 1.0a. Ending 1.0a cuts off access to much of the content that we rely on, which means that if you're trying to do an Osric or Swords and Wizardry or Old School Essentials or whatever supplement, let's see, Cards and Crusades like Secretive Commons bit, Dragonshorn Studios, we would rather you not deauthorize 1.0a. It's a good license, but as a publisher who does 3.5e content in print and VTTs, any change to OGL that disallows that hits our core business, and I think a lot of people are feeling that way. Sparky asks, and this is a very relevant question, would that include editions that didn't previously have SRDs released under the OGL? Will you release SRDs for original D&D, Basic, Expert, AD&D 4th edition, and others under CCL or OGL 1.2? That seems to be where they're leaning. Jason Cook says this is a much better start, but I can't help but wonder what the point of all this is. Just leave the license alone. So yeah, you can see that it's a mixed response so far. It's a mixed response, and I want to get back here real quick because I want to take a look at the reaction to their statement on virtual tabletops too. Now, this I found particularly distressing in their wording. I found a lot of their wording distressing, but I wanted to touch on this. There is great feedback on our VTT policy, and we welcome more of it. There is still work to do, but to be clear, we love VTTs, and we do not want to shut them down. Do you know what that entails? We don't want to shut them down, but we will if we have to. How many times have you heard that threat from someone? I don't want to do this, but I will if I have to. That's always implied with that kind of wording, guys. I don't want to do something, but I will if I have to. Even if it's genuinely something someone doesn't want to do. I don't want to clean up my room, but I guess I will if I have to. We don't want to shut down VTTs, but we will if we have to. And right out of the chute, David North says, the way a VTT is described, it should be nothing more than a Discord channel with a dice rolling bot. VTTs already have great animations and features. That whole section is just indeed to destroy and take out other VTTs. Double crit fail. very spicy. Lies. You literally call a VTT that has an animation of a magic missile a video game and therefore not included under your policy. I know plenty of VTTs that have animations in their tiles, and they're not video games, guys. Okay, they're not video games. You cannot play a VTT like you can Doom or Skyrim or Planetfall or Animal Crossing. They're literally just special effects. GM Toolbox says the entire VTT section is horrible. As someone who develops VTT content, this is a poison pill. Want to know what a video game is? It's something with an AI DM. It's on a pre-scripted story with limits to what and where the player can go. It is not an animated spell effect. Little to the point here, Braith says, that is not what it looks like, though. Dear Hasbro management people, we see through your gaslighting. Inspired Conviction. Do the restrictions include line of sight, fog of war, and vision/lighting effects? These have become pretty standard staples of VTT. And yes, they have. I've seen some people do stuff in Fantasy Grounds and Roll20 that is simply just eye-wateringly good with line of sight, lighting, and fog of war effects. I don't have the chops for it. Like, I'll bring people into Roll20 and just be like, okay, well, we're using this to roll dice, and then that's it. But then I have Dwarven Forge and cameras and stuff like that, so my lighting is my studio lighting. My fog of war is black cloths I put over miniatures before the players get there. And the last one we're going to touch on here, this is getting a little bit long. That means that other expressions such as VTT users, etc., will remain unaffected by any OGL update. Is this you? Just checking, because if you're comfortable misleading us only 6 days in, then what else can we expect to be lied to about? And this is let's see. The next OGL will contain provisions that allow us to protect and cultivate the inclusive environment we are trying to build, and specify that it only covers content for TTRPGs. That means other expressions such as educational and charitable campaigns, live streams, cosplays, VTT uses, etc., will remain unaffected by any OGL update. So which is it, Wizards? Will it be affected or will it not be affected? So good catch there from Scarlet Forge. So that's about all I wanted to point out. I will link to the Twitter discussion. If you guys want more coverage of the Twitter discussion, please let me know in the comments. And guys, I am trying to catch up with your comments. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments on the videos that I've been releasing on this slow motion train wreck. And I'm trying to respond to everyone. There's a couple in there that, like, I want to have actual discussions with the people about, not just say, yeah, right on, you know. But I do care about them and I do read all of them. So please leave your comments. Let me know if you want more coverage of this stuff, and I will definitely do that. I'll keep my eyes on these guys through the day. I am having a supremely stressful day right now, with many real life issues that have nothing to do with D&D. Just kind of this cascading disaster that's happening here. So your likes and comments are really, really appreciated, as are subscriptions. So thank you all, guys. We're up to over 3,100 subscriptions on the channel. That's from 1,500 2 days ago. You guys are amazing and awesome. Thank you all so very much. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. We'll be back tonight. With another live stream. We're going to play some classic Gamma World, but before then, we'll have a little preamble ramble and talk about what's coming next week. So you guys, again, have a great day. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video, whether it's another one of these or the live stream. Peace.